Yes. You already know what time it is. It's the Clemmontime podcast time. And my first episode doing some college football playoffs. And I don't even have to say what that symbol was that I held up in front of the camera. I'm actually already getting juiced up on this right now because we are about 45 minutes away from kickoff at Texas A&M as my Miami Hurricanes going to have their first playoff game in school history. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Tyler Clemens, and doing a first college football episode, and I wanted to wait till the playoffs, really, because there's so many freaking teams in college football. There is just so much to try to digest, and having a full-time job does not allow you to do that. You just don't have that luxury. So, we're going to get started with the first game of the college football playoffs, which was, Alabama at Oklahoma last night. And let me tell you, that was a very, very good game to start off the college football playoffs. Now, you had 8 versus 9, and these two teams have already played previously in the regular season. I was going for Oklahoma. I have the text messages to prove it because somebody wanted to bet me lunch that Bama was going to win, as it was 10-0 Oklahoma. Then it was 17-0 Oklahoma. Well, Alabama put it on Oklahoma. Let's just say that. They ended up coming back, taking a 24-17 lead, and going up 27-17, making it 34-17. Oklahoma scores late to make it 24-34. Cannot get offensive drives going. Mateer, sorry. I call him Mater from, like, Cars. Mater Tater is what I want to call him. But Mr. Mateer, dude, you had a phenomenal season for Oklahoma. Unfortunately, I believe your thumb injury probably handicapped you to some of your potential that you should have had, or we should have been able to see. And unfortunately, hey, an SEC team is out of the college football playoffs. And don't get me started on the SEC. Don't get me started. Yes, my team's in the ACC. The only ACC team in there. And they deserve it. They deserve it. And if you say they don't, you can go kick rocks, because I don't care. The committee knew they needed to be in there. The committee knew that if head-to-head is a prioritized, calculation on your rankings, you should have never had Notre Dame ahead of Miami. I don't care what you think, because Notre Dame has been getting stroked for forever. And if you don't believe me, how many 0-2 teams, 0-2, continue to be ranked in the top 25? I'll wait. Exactly. Notre Dame lost to Miami, my team, and Texas A&M, the team Miami's playing today. And Notre Dame at Miami moved positions without playing. In my opinion, BYU should have never been ahead of Miami. BYU should have been at 12. Miami should have been at 11. Miami and Notre Dame should have been right next to each other, and Miami should have been at 10. And then when you had those championship games played, Notre Dame would have got bumped out. Miami would have stayed exactly where they are. It didn't happen, so a lot of people are pissed off about it. And I'm just here to tell you that even with a 12-team playoff, you're never going to have the best 12 teams in there. You're just not. Now, when I tell you the two of these games that are playing today, and you were to see their spreads, you would also think that they should not be there. They absolutely should not be there. I agree. I think Notre Dame should have been in the playoffs. Tulane and JMU, you don't deserve to be in there. There's some solutions to the 12-team playoff, but there's still always going to be some differences as well. So whatever solution you have, somebody's going to counter that with a problem. I think take the 12 best teams. If you're ranked 1 through 12, you should be in there, and you should be in the playoffs. Now, what people are going to counter that with is, well, what these non-power 4 schools win their championship and they don't get a chance to play in the playoffs. Well, I don't care. I'm sorry. You can be at JMU, you can be at USF, all right? You are not going to beat an 8-3 SEC team. You're not. And you're probably not going to beat an 8-3 ACC team. You're not. So, I don't understand sometimes how Tulane and JMU getting in there. I don't think that should happen. If maybe JMU was in the top 15, maybe 13, 14, 15, Tulane and JMU, and then it came to the championship games, and then somehow there was a reason for you to put JMU and Tulane in there, great. But both of them, I don't know about that. I think BYU and Notre Dame should be in there. I think it should be Miami 10, BYU 11, Notre Dame 12. And the only reason I say that is because BYU played in a championship game. And Notre Dame, you're independent, dude. Go get in the freaking conference. Go get in the conference and play. Compete. Just don't schedule games and play those games. Now, yeah, you may have a better chance of strengthening your schedule playing whoever you want. But all you have to worry about is winning and losing. That's it. That is it. You don't have to worry about, this other team's got the same record as us. You don't have to. And now, you guys, in my opinion, being a little bitch, and you got the committee saying that if you're ranked in this, you're guaranteed a spot. Come on, man. Come on. Handing out trophies now. Handing out trophies. I don't care how nostalgic Notre Dame is. You think about college football, you probably think of Notre Dame. Doesn't matter at all. You know why? Because Notre Dame hasn't won anything in several years. They've been to the national championships and they've lost. Not only did they lose, they get dominated. So, I don't know. College football playoffs are going to be crazy for as long as they have 12 teams. Why don't we think about having a 4-team little mini playoff for those non-power 4 conferences? Let JMU play like a BYU or Notre Dame. So you get your top 12 teams, right? Then you have your 13, 14. Take those two versus 11 and 12. Let them play. Winners take 11 and 12 spot. Plain and simple. But the committee is going to have to rank teams appropriately every week. Every week. Not wait until, Miami and Notre Dame were side by side, and now the head-to-head matters, so we put Miami ahead. Why? You're just going to piss people off, and the people that don't like my team, Miami doesn't deserve to be in there. It's an ACC school. They haven't even won an ACC championship. Yeah, shut the hell up, okay? All I know is that my team's in the playoffs, and we have a chance to win a championship. It starts now, okay? So, I know a lot of people are going to get a kick out of this because they do not like the Hurricanes. And I love the Hurricanes. That's my team. Ride or die. Win or lose, okay? Yeah, we haven't done anything in 20 years, but it can start now, okay? So, if your team's not in the playoffs, shut your mouth. Plain and simple. All right. Let's get after this now. So, of course, I picked Oklahoma. They did not win that. I'm just picking straight up. So I'm not doing spreads on this. But I'm also just talking a little bit of shit for some college football, okay? Because people ask me all the time, hey, why don't you talk about college? It's a lot. It's a lot. And there's probably more trash talking in college football than there is NFL. Mainly because you're just recruiting players that come there. Now, they pay them a little bit. But it's a little different. You have more players that don't play. They wonder why they're not, so they leave. So there's a little... Nowadays, there's a little drama involved in college football. Playoff strength of schedule, who you play, this and that, what conference you're in. Because everybody knows. Everybody knows. And if you say you don't, you're lying. Everybody knows the SEC gets polished, glazed, stroked every which way. And if you say they don't, you're lying. How many SEC teams are in the playoffs? I'll wait. Quite a few, huh? Just from the games that played today: Ole Miss, A&M, Alabama, Oklahoma. That's 4 teams right there. Not counting Georgia. Come on now. So, tell me how. I'll give you a great example. Who played in the SEC championship? Alabama, Georgia, right? Okay. Who just played last night? Oklahoma, Alabama? Okay. So, Alabama lost to Oklahoma early in the season, pretty substantially, like double digits. Georgia lost to Alabama in the regular season. Now, both rematches, different outcomes. Now, Georgia absolutely, for the most part, dominated Alabama. Yet Alabama did not move. Did not move. Stayed in the exact same spot. So when the rankings came out a couple weeks ago, I saw Alabama didn't move and they got destroyed basically. So I was thinking, Miami's about to get effed out of this playoffs. Head-to-head matters. Does it? Well, it ultimately did. And several people I talked to, I felt it. I felt that the committee was going to know that if head-to-head matters, at some point in time, you're going to have to use that and stick to your guns. And if you don't, they're going to call bullshit on the committee. Miami, wow. The college football playoffs is just, there's so many ways you could take this, so much crap you could call out and then say, well, why don't they do this? So it goes both ways, but BYU loses to the same team they already lost to, and they fall out. They fall out. Yet, Georgia doesn't move. The outcomes in their games are different. Georgia, Alabama, both times they played. Different scenarios. BYU lost the same way twice. So how you have them ranked in Miami, then they're going in to play the same team, and then they have the same outcome, and then you finally drop them, makes no sense. I think you should have had BYU at 12, Miami at 11, and then just did the head-to-head and put Miami at 10 and Notre Dame at 11, and then had your one Power 4 school. Man. I just can't wait for college football playoffs to get started. So, we're going to go ahead and start with the first game today on Saturday. The Miami Hurricanes taking on Texas A&M. And I do believe A&M's a 4-point favorite in this game. I'm honestly not too worried about Texas A&M right now. They're an SEC school. It's all right. They probably got one of the biggest stadiums in college football. That's all right. What I do know is that Miami, all around, is a pretty complete football team. Defense, pretty stout in coverage, pass coverage, and run defense. Same thing for the offense. We're pretty solid running the ball and passing the ball. Just got to stay out of third down and longs. And Marcel Reed, your lineman, spoke a little bit out of context the other day and said that Ruben Bain, you're not worried about. Well, I'm sorry, sir, but I really hope that you have a rude awakening today and that Ruben Bain makes you rethink everything that you said in life and that after the game you watch film and how much you regret opening your mouth, okay? So, give me the Miami Hurricanes to beat Texas A&M. I was going to say dominate, but as soon as the word dominate comes out of my mouth and they just barely win, there's going to be some shit talkers. But hey, guess what? If you want to say what you want to say, you can turn on your camera, turn on your mic, hit record, and tell me what you think. in this aspect, hey, I'm just telling you what I think. If you like to listen, hey, great. If you think my opinion's dumb, stupid, doesn't matter, makes no sense, it's all right as well. You know why? Because I'm the one doing this. I'm choosing to put this out there because I love to talk football. And at the end of the day, it's not going to affect me to that extent. I might lose a little bit of sleep, but it's not going to be the end of the world at all. So, I love my team. I am jacked for this game, but I'm ready for some football to start. I don't care. I just want good games. That's all I care about. I don't think this JMU and Tulane game is going to be any good, but this 12 o'clock game is about to get started here soon, and it is going to be one to watch. So, give me the Miami Hurricanes. Next up, I believe the next game is going to be Tulane at Ole Miss. Tulane playing Ole Miss again. So, this is where, CFP committee, this is where, how the do you get Tulane and Ole Miss when they already played and Ole Miss dominated them, yet you have them head-to-head in the freaking playoffs again? Makes no sense. JMU and Tulane should have played each other. That would have been a good matchup. They should have played each other and then let the winner take on the next round, okay? But no. They want to get these weak teams out of there real quick, and I just don't think they're going to be competitive at all. Whatever the spreads are, I expect them to be covered. I think one's like 14 or 15, and the other's like 17 and 20 or something like that. But give me Ole Miss versus Tulane. Without Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss is still the same team. They got their coordinators. They got their D-coord offense and defensive coordinators. All the players are there. Just expect Ole Miss to roll. JMU at Oregon. I think this is just going to be a slaughter fest, to be honest with you. Oregon is going to get after JMU. I just don't see this being very competitive at all. Now, once again, the people that think there's need to be opportunities and chances for teams are going to say, well, JMU and Tulane, they did what they needed to. They deserved. Deserving is probably not the word. Earned it? Maybe? I don't know. Those kind of mean the same to me. Deserving, earning, I don't know. I think your non-Power 4 schools need to have their own little championship over there. You know what I mean? Get your non-Power 4 schools, let them play a little playoff game, and then you can throw them into playoffs. I don't know. There's got to be a solution to this because the 12 best teams are not in the playoffs at all. I think BYU and Notre Dame should be in this instead of those two. I think you get BYU versus Ole Miss or Notre Dame versus Ole Miss or BYU versus Oregon or Notre Dame versus Oregon. I mean, if you had either one of those teams in this playoff this week, you would be thinking, damn, this is some good playoff games, but you're going to have a little gap here. You're going to have a little 6-hour gap probably of some bullshit football. Let's just tell you that. Some bullshit football. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been very fun. There's only 4 games, so I didn't know how much shit I could talk on here, but I just had to put my stuff out there, start the video with the U up, and speak no more. We already know what's up, guys. Let's make it happen. It's all about the U. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. This is the first episode of the college football playoffs, and I'm just going to do it for these couple of weeks here, and then when football season's over, I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I'm going to continue to put out content, and hopefully I can figure out some things to talk about other than football, because I love it. I don't know what else to do. Anyways, thank you all for listening. If you enjoyed it, and if I struck your nerve, great, because that just means that next time you're going to see what else I'm going to say to strike your nerves. So, hey, it's just words. I like riling people up a little bit, especially football talk. It's always fun. You know, you're talking with the boys, you just I always say just crazy stuff to just get reactions from my friends, but we'll see what happens. We're about to have this $1 million kick, so I'm going to turn this volume on and check this out. But thank you all for listening. This has been the Clemmontime Podcast. Like, share, subscribe, comment, whatever you can do to help me get some more views. It'll be greatly appreciated. Thank you all for listening. Peace out.